My name is Shrikant Chakshi and I'm 9 years old. I did my Uttish Yoga when I was 8 years old. Uttish Yoga has helped me to get rid of my bad emotions, negative vibrations, and it has helped me to stand up against bullying, and it has also helped me to get good grades. Like some of the jitters, they would go away. Like when I was in 2nd grade, there was like a really big test and I got lots of jitters. I did my Uttish Yoga and then all the jitters went down and I was able to give the test very nicely and I scored good in it. Previously, I used to get bullied a lot, and at that time I didn't really know how to stand up and everything. But after I did the program, I'm able to stand up for myself, and those people, they used to bully me a lot. And I came back home and I said, it's okay, laugh and let go. We started in the program. And I stopped playing with them for 1 or 2 months, and then they only came back to me asking me to play with them after 2 months. So everything went good with them.
Here, I feel different. My memory has improved and I can control my short temper. I've learned lots of new things. I feel like this is my second home and the people here are my second family. And now I feel a change in me that I am more happy, I'm more relaxed, my concentration has improved.
Before I was so shy to come in the stage and say, now I am bold enough to speak in the stage.
हेलो एवरीबॉडी, मेरा नाम स्वाति है और मैं आर्ट ऑफ लिविंग की टीचर हूँ। सभी पेरेंट्स और बच्चों के लिए बहुत बढ़िया खबर है। 16 मई से शाम को 5 से 7 बजे ऑनलाइन उत्कर्ष योगा यानी कि आर्ट एक्सेल प्रोग्राम 8 से 13 साल के बच्चों के लिए ऑर्गेनाइज किया जा रहा है। इस प्रोग्राम में हम बच्चों को बहुत सारी एक्टिविटीज़ कराने वाले हैं जिससे बच्चों का ऑलराउंड डेवलपमेंट होगा। सबसे पहले बच्चों के लिए ब्रीदिंग टेक्निक, सेकंड योगा, थर्ड फन गेम्स एक्टिविटीज़ कराई जाएंगी जिससे बच्चों का मन पढ़ाई में लगेगा, कंसंट्रेशन बढ़ेगा, मेमोरी इन्हेंस होगी और बच्चों में जो स्किल्स है वो डेवलप होंगी। और आजकल के इस टाइम में जैसा कि हम सब जानते हैं, ज़्यादातर हम बच्चों को स्क्रीन के साथ टाइम स्पेंड करते हुए देखते हैं, तो वो जो टाइम है स्क्रीन के साथ वो भी कम हो जाएगा। कैसे? जो मैंने आपको स्टार्टिंग में बताया, ये सब उसके बेनिफिट्स रहेंगे। अपने बच्चों को आज ही इस प्रोग्राम के लिए रजिस्टर करें। ये प्रोग्राम बहुत सुंदर है। मैं पिछले कई साल से बच्चों के प्रोग्राम ले रही हूँ और मैंने इसके बहुत अच्छे रिजल्ट देखे हैं। और ख़ास करके वो पेरेंट्स जिन्होंने इस कोर्स में बच्चों को भेजा, उनके बच्चों में बहुत बदलाव आए। जैसे जो बच्चे पहले बहुत शाय रहते थे, कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं था, अग्रेसिव रहते थे, गुस्सा करते थे, उनका इन सब चीज़ों में बदलाव आया। तो आप आज ही इस प्रोग्राम के लिए अपने बच्चों को रजिस्टर कर दीजिए। जल्द ही हमें आपके बच्चों का इस प्रोग्राम में इंतज़ार रहेगा। धन्यवाद। हेलो एवरीबॉडी, मेरा नाम स्वाति है और मैं आर्ट ऑफ लिविंग
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय धन्वन्तरि अमृतकलशहस्ताय सर्वमयविनाशनाय त्रैलोक्यनाथाय श्रीमहाविष्णवे नमः।
This talk, Healing with Consciousness, was given by Sri Sri Ravi Shankar in December 1989 in Santa Monica, California.
ॐ नमः प्रणवार्थाय शुद्धज्ञानैकमूर्तये निर्मलाय प्रशान्ताय दक्षिणामूर्तये। What we see in a human evolution, human growth, the body first comes and then the mind appears. Mind seems to develop, evolve. It's a simultaneous process that is happening. The spirit makes the body. The body has come from spirit. It develops it, retains it, and it separates from the body. The spirit is first. The being is first, life. That life force in us makes the whole function happen in our body. It pumps the blood, makes the brain function, keeps the cells alive. So much activity in this physical body system is run by the life energy. Life energy has enormous potentiality, infinite potentiality to control and effect the changes in the body. Consciousness has got enormous potentiality to effect changes in the body. It is the consciousness, the mind, which feels the sensation, pleasure or pain. No, it is the mind that looks through the eyes and perceives the object in the world. It's the mind, the spirit, that hears through the ears and perceives the sound. It's the mind which smells through the nose. The rapport between you and the world is your mind, is your spirit, isn't it? In sleep, the mind is not with the world, it is with itself. It recoups. Again, in activity, the same mind goes out, projects, and experiences pleasure or pain in the world. In sleep, you have no pleasure and no pain. You don't experience either of them. The mind retracts by the consciousness, gets back into its shell. The process of creation happens with the alternation of getting back to the self and activity. You see, rest and activity, rest and this pulse between rest and activity, function and a gap is called life. The totality of this, both together, is called life. Isn't it? Life is not just activity, life is not just rest. It is an alternation between these two. Life has a very unique ability to heal and develop itself. It is amazing the potentiality that the consciousness has. That consciousness which has so much power to keep the orderliness in creation. That consciousness which knows where up to how much height I should go as a stem here and then become a flower there. That intelligence which has this ability to be green there and to be yellow there. Do you see that? One seed sprouts and the seed has the whole structure of how it develops. Which should be hard, which is soft, and what should be the inside. This entire structure of this flower, this stem, is present in one seed. In the same way, every DNA, every cell of our body contains the whole program of our being. Now, effecting the change at the level of the seed can affect the change in the whole stem, the whole flower, the entirety of the plant. So affecting the change at the level of our being, the very core of our consciousness. That means what? We have to get back to the source, the sap. We have to get back to the seed. That is our consciousness. Mind. And from there it has infinite potentiality to control the body, its resistance, its power, everything from there. Tell you an instance that happened last year. There was a doctor, medical doctor, MD in Germany. She had the most fast spreading cancer, type of cancer. She had a tumor in the brain and the cancer spread all over her body, to all the parts of the body, even including liver and brain. And doctor said she will not live for more than 3 months. Maximum at most she could live only for 3 months. And then so she heard that I was in Heidelberg and she came. She was brought there by her husband. Anyway, she had prepared everything. She had made her will, and she's a young doctor, about 40 years old. Surgeon. She herself is an MD. She was brought in structure. She was carried to the course where I was giving a 2-day seminar. I said she can lie down and she can just be there. She was there and she felt better, and then there was another 4-day program in 1 month course. Within 1 month in Italy, she traveled all the way from there to Italy. And she came to India also. There was a 10-day program. When she returned back, it's 3 years now. To this December, it's already 3 years since she did the basic course. She was diagnosed as she would live only for 3 months. And the doctors found that she had no cancer. All her cells, her body was intact. She lost some weight. Other than that, she's very healthy and very happy. Came to Paris to see me in October now. It's last October when I was there. She drew from Germany. And then I asked her, what you think scientifically could have helped you get over your own cancer? She says the possibility of understanding this would be like this, that each cell is surrounded by a layer of consciousness, a cloud of energy. When this cloud of energy consciousness is vital and happy and blissful, pure, free of stresses, it can penetrate into the DNA cells and clear off the cells, vitalize the cells. And she says this is what could have happened by the pranayama, by the breathing and by the kriya and by meditation. That the cells do not by themselves exist. They are, she lost some weight, other than that she is very healthy and very happy. Came to Paris to see me in October now. It's last October when I was there. She drew from Germany. And then I asked her, what you think scientifically could have helped you get over your own cancer? She says the possibility of understanding this would be like this, that each cell is surrounded by a layer of consciousness, a cloud of energy. When this cloud of energy consciousness is vital and happy and blissful, pure, free of stresses, it can penetrate into the DNA cells and clear off the cells, vitalize the cells. And she says this is what could have happened by the pranayama, by the breathing and by the kriya and by meditation. 10-15 days continues like that over a period of time. Said that is the possible explanation I can find about it. Is that the cells do not by themselves exist. They are made to exist and live by consciousness, by mind, by being, which is basic in creation, the intelligence. There have been several such cases where I have seen that the kriya or the practice of deep meditation has helped one to get over the problems. The last year when I was there, I was talking to one doctor here in LA, and he said oxygen, more supply of oxygen can destroy the virus in the system. See, 90% of the impurities in the system just goes out through our breath. And we use only 30% of our lung capacity. So doing meditation breathing with the grace of divine being, with the grace of the divine energy, the mind energy, can eliminate the cause of disease, the root of disease. Now there is one more way to look at the problem of HIV positive. See, the only thing with HIV positive people is life may be short, isn't it? Life will be short. This is the main thing, if one may catch the disease and life may become short. So the fear about it can disturb the whole system rather than strengthen the system. So get over the fear is a very important process. I tell you, if you observe the situation in the third world countries, some of the places where people live in such a condition that they are not sure when they are going to die. Maybe a flood may come and next week, the whole, their whole family establishment, everything could be rooted out. One thing is definite in life, everybody is going to die. There anyone who doesn't die? I was talking to a group of people in Montreal. I said, what do we say with people who have it? I said, you don't need to sympathize with them. They don't need sympathy. People think people have AIDS, then we must sympathize with them and feel sorry for them. I said, don't have to feel sorry. Everybody is going to die. At the best you can tell them, okay, you reserve a seat for me, I am coming a little later. Anyway, you are also going to die, I am also going to die. Everybody is going to die. The doctor also dies, the patient also dies. King also dies, the servant also dies, master also, everybody is going to die. This is a place where everybody dies. Death is something which is sure, certain for everybody. How you die is very important. If you die with a smile in your face, or you keep grumbling, feel sad, even that period of time you die. No one knows when one is going to die. Could be in an accident, could be in an earthquake, could be in something. Isn't it? It's not that only sick people die, healthy people also die. Sickness is nothing to do with the death. Many times sick people prolong, they live for a long time. Healthy people die many times faster. So the very root cause of fear could be simply eliminated by understanding, by observation. And health can be regained by attending to the source of mind or consciousness. Because the pure consciousness is pure love. It's full of love. And love is the highest healer on this planet. Is the highest power. Have any questions? Anybody can deal on that? Steve, you have some question? Yeah?
You said the other night that fear was love upside down. When there's love, there is no fear, and when there's fear, there is no love. And So if you realize, if you feel the fear, then you pray and you breathe. How do you walk through that fear?
How do you get over the fear?
Yes.
By sense of belonging, the fear goes away. Sense of belonging. You belong to somebody, you belong to God, you belong to the Master, you belong to this world, or belong to, some power. That sense of belonging, fear goes away. Now, if that is not, first is to observation. You observe fear. When fear comes, what happens? Some sensation arises in the chest and this part of the body. Observation. Go deep into the observation of sensation. See, every emotion in the mind creates a corresponding sensation in the body. When you observe the sensation, then the emotion gets transformed as sensation in the body and disappears. So this is called Kayanupaschana. It's a meditation technique. You observe the sensation and the sensation gets released, so the mind becomes free. If this is difficult, it's not possible to do all by yourself. Then you have the feeling of belonging. There is God I belong to. There is my teacher, my master, to whom I belong to. God is taking care of me. My master is taking care of me. Divine is taking care of me. So sense of belonging, more easy, more simple. If that is not possible, see the impermanence of everything. Everything is changing around you. So fast, even if you want, you can't hold on to anything. Things come and things go. People come and people go. Their moods change, emotions change, their way of behaving with you change. Everything changes. Seeing the impermanence of all the things, everything around you, the whole world is changing. Then also you gain strength. Then also fear disappears. Fear is clinging on, holding on, not letting go. And there is nothing that you can hold on in this life. Is there anything that you can hold on to? One day you have to bid goodbye to everything. Absolutely everything, including your own body, you have to say goodbye. This awareness also brings enormous strength from within you. And you'll be able to laugh. See, we have all come into this world crying. The day you came into this world, the moment you came, you started crying. If you had not cried, you would have be made to cry. Your parents, your doctor will beat you on your back and made you cry. Even if that has not happened, then they would have started crying. So we have all come into this world crying. Being more aware in life and laughing every moment we pass through this. That is growth. That is blossoming in our personality. You see? Blossoming. There are people who are very, very old. The irony is they also don't believe that they may die any time. Do you see that? Isn't it? Or they may simply tell you, but they have no wish. Okay, are you prepared to die today? No. The awareness of life and nature of life has a lot to do. The quality of life, how intensely we live, moment to moment, moment to moment. And then see, that energy has this healing effect on the body. The mind free of fear, free of guilt, free of anger, more clear, can heal your system of anything. You can walk just like this with just a t-shirt on or whatever in snow. Neither heat nor cold can do anything to you. The mind has so much power. It could be minus 20, minus 40 degree. Doesn't matter. You can just walk out. You can walk barefooted. I can take you. You can walk with me barefooted. Nothing will happen to you. I was in Calgary now, just before coming here. It was minus 20 and people said, oh, no, Patiji, you must have coat and you should have shoes and you should do this, you don't go out. And I said, nothing, don't worry. So there was a lake and we went on the lake. It was frozen ice. It was very pleasant, very beautiful. The people said, no, something will happen. Nothing will happen. What will happen? Your mind is so powerful. Your mind, your consciousness is very powerful. No doubt, body has its limitations. Don't try to walk on fire tomorrow, so nothing is going to happen. But this is very much possible. There is a huge power in our consciousness, in our mind. So this technique, one of the technique that I advocate and teach everywhere is the Sudarshan Kriya. Sudarshan means the right vision of who I am. So in 1 hour's time, the very first Kriya, you see how the energy, mind and oxygen, everything penetrates deep into every cell of your body and it cleanses you very deep. Every cell of your body is cleaned, energized, more oxidized. See, the pituitary glands in you and the hypothalamus gland, which is the seat of your consciousness, mind. Pituitary gland is that which is here. It's called in Sanskrit the Agya Chakra. The center for ordering, for center of which carries out the order throughout the body. Thousands of years ago, people had written about this. Nothing about pituitary glands, but they said here is a center, just a little focus there can affect the whole nervous system in a very positive way. And the hypothalamus gland, even today scientists, they don't know what is the real function of this hypothalamus, how it functions. But it is connected with pituitary gland and all the glands, ductless glands in the body, which controls the entire behavioral pattern of the body. Consciousness works through these glands and clears and brings energy into the immune system, strengthens one's immune system. In Sanskrit, health is said to be swastha. Swastha means, the health means stabilized in oneself. Health means centered. The very word indicates if your mind is focused, centered, free of disturbances. really centered, very solid. That is health. It creates health in the system, creates the body. Now, many times we have the idea of having positive thoughts, making our thoughts positive. This will not be 100% effective. It has some positive effect on you, but not total. You know why? Your conscious thinking mind is only 1/10 of your total consciousness. And many times the positive thoughts you force on your mind, somewhere it pushes the negative thoughts deep inside. You see that? I often say the cause of depression in the world is positive thinking. You think positive, but deep inside you believe that there is a negative. The more you try to force the positive thought, the negative thought goes deep somewhere in. Now, how a negative thought arises, attend to the source of negative thought. Negative thought comes because of due to tension, stress. Stress and tension. Violence comes because of stress and tension. Anger comes because of stress and tension. Dejection comes because of stress and tension. A relaxed, happy person will not get negative thoughts. You see? More miserable one is negative thoughts come. So root of it, eliminate the cause, the very root of negativity in us. Instead of rubbing the mind with a positive thought, go deep into yourself. Through the breath, through breathing, through meditation, and cleaning the system. And it doesn't take long time. Especially with the Kriya, it's so immediate. Just 2 days of practice, 1 hour each day, cleans the body so much. Makes you feel so light. Huh? Isn't it? You agree?
Yes, I do.
How do you cultivate that sense of belonging?
You can't cultivate the sense of belonging. You drop the stresses and fear that comes in. You already belong to this entire existence. You are not separate. You breathe, you have no my air. Do you have any area say this is my air? Huh? What is very close to you is air. Can you possess your air? So this is my air. No, the air which goes in you goes out and goes to that person, that person, that person, that person. It travels all over the world, isn't it? The same air, same breath. Same water which goes in your body evaporates, goes as water vapors through your breath. It goes all over. Isn't it? Same thing with mind. Mind is not just in one location. Mind is a field, like an electric field, like electromagnetic field. It's present all over. Like that our mind is a field. Life is a field. We are all immersed in ocean of life. Don't think life is just here and life is just there. In between you and me is all filled with life. Life is all over. Bodies are just like shells floating in the ocean. So we are all floating in life. Filled with life everywhere. So when this gets into our mind, then when we have this experience, then me, I, all this disappears, dissolves. We become natural, like a child. Like a child, you see. So total, so full. Smile from inside, deep inside. Another thing is about the anguish. anguish of separation. You like someone, love someone, and then a small something they do that creates a big scar in you. It creates so much anguish and pain in you. How to deal with the anguish and pain is the main problem today. Two days ago, somebody came and spoke to me, said, I'm just separated from my friend, from my fiancé. And there's so much anguish I cannot bear. Neither you could live with the person nor you could live away from the person. This is anguish. Creates a scar, an emptiness, complete disastrness. The mind feels as though it is unbearable. This is the fire, that molds and turns you and makes you really come out of it. Here, a little knowledge, a little wisdom can pull you out of the situation very nicely, easily. When this anguish is there, no advice of anybody works. Nothing works. You want to sit and meditate, even meditation doesn't happen. Isn't it? Do you all have this experience? Huh? What to do now? You need a place or a group, a situation where there is love and support. Or you need the presence or a connection or communication with someone who is so centered, so full of love and source. Like that anguish could be removed. Few seconds. It doesn't take long. Someone who could just take off your weight from you. That is why Jesus said, I am the way. In Jesus' time, there was so much anguish in people. Because of the slavery, because of the problems in the Middle East, there in Jerusalem. No other practice could help them. Jesus simply said, I am the way, come to me. With his love, he could just pull them out. He could give a push. That is what Buddha also said. Buddha said, Buddham Sharanam Gacchami. He said, first thing is come to me. I don't do anything, just in my presence or just a connection, a communication with me. You can drop this anguish in you. You don't give anything good to Jesus or Buddha or any enlightened masters. Masters don't need any favor from you. He just could take all that anguish and garbage which you cannot lift by yourself, free you from that. All enlightened masters on this planet are garbage collectors. They do nothing other than collecting the garbage. There is nothing in this world which you can take away with you, only except for garbage. And they know that they want nothing, can remove the garbages. So our mind, with the sense of belonging, surrender or worship, can drop all this that is unnecessary, heavy, that loads. A feeling of mother at home. This is another option. First option is just observe the sensation. Bear your own cross. If you couldn't do that, then do some practices. If you can't do that, then belong to somebody. Go to some master, somebody who is so centered, and drop this whole lot of garbage. And just with the light and love of the master, you could be elevated. These are the three main options. One can choose to have any one of them.
Does there need to be there physically at the time for that, or once you have that connection?
It depends on your ability to feel them. Physically would be very, very essential to begin with.
Meditation allow us to develop the sense of surrender. Will that strengthen our ability to give ourselves over to the Master by meditating?
Now surrender means what? It's just your love. By meditation, when stresses and strain drops, you become more loving. See, what is our ability? What small thing can disturb us? The magnitude of our heart is measured by what can disturb you. If it is small like a pond, even a small stone can create big turbulence. If it's like a lake, it needs a bigger stone to create a turbulence. If it's so vast, wide like an ocean, nothing can disturb it. Even mountains can fall into the ocean, but the ocean remains as it is. Not an inch of water will rise. Love is beyond definition. You can say that it is your natural self. When you are free of tension, when you feel at home, there is no way you can be made to know what love is other than yourself. Love is not just an emotion. It is your existence. It's what you are made up of. But to know this, you have to drop all the tensions and feel really free.
I've used the technique of watching sensations in the body, and I've had like a headache or a kink in the neck maybe even a cold but those are all they're like symptoms, as sensations or symptoms. When you get something like an HIV virus which remains dormant and sort of hidden, there are no symptoms for a long time. Is there any way that situation could be watched? Does it exist in a different form, in a different sphere?
No, as you start watching and having more attention on the consciousness and the mind as pure consciousness, it is sure to increase your, resistance potentiality and destroy those cells. You need to do a little longer practice, for a little longer period, regular practice. And with full faith and, love and devotion, it is definitely possible. Watch out for this thought that in the mind says, oh, HIV positive. It is just a term that you heard from your doctor looking into some analysis. Do you see that? And the more you start believing it will be there, it is like that, and confirm it in your system, rather than having attention on this beautiful knowledge of who you are, about the nature of consciousness and the power of consciousness over the body. focusing attention on the health rather than on illness.
It's not giving the virus life.
I told you about the cancer, the lady who had a cancer, the medical doctor. Doctors could not believe this thing could happen to. Brains were infected and brain tumor and infected all over the body. Kidney, liver, all vital organs. She's very fine now. The way life has formed is very secret. Nobody knows. Creation takes place in darkness and it dissolves into darkness. And the whole maintenance of creation is also in darkness. That also nobody knows. How these particular cells in eyes only can observe light. Why not the cells in the head? Why not the cells in the ears? Nobody knows. Particular cells in the ears can only observe the sound. This creation is full of secrets. And it has great secret. It's infinite secret. Science gives you a false idea that it knows. See that? I'm not against science. I'm not at all against science. But people who have half scientific knowledge, if you ask a fully qualified doctor, he also says that we don't know how things function in the body, how things happen. A top doctor would say we don't know how my mind works, we don't know how the body has this healing power in it. But we are all educated in half science and half knowledge. So we believe more in the medication, we believe more in these different systems. We believe more in the existence of disease. And we believe in the more reality of the body than of the mind. So we must always have in our mind that the creation is full of secrets. Any day it can bring up any secret. 15, 20 years ago nobody had heard about HIV positive, isn't it? AIDS or HIV positive, nobody knew about it 20 years ago. It's one unfoldment in creation after another. So one can be amazed at this whole phenomenon and know that is from this level of consciousness, from the level of mind, from where this whole function is happening. The presence of consciousness and its sacredness and secrecy, knowing that, brings joy in life. In India it's called Satchit Anand, three things. Truth, consciousness and bliss. This is one's nature. You are here, that is true, isn't it? Are you here? This is true. Are you conscious? Can you hear? Can you walk? These two qualities you have. Another is bliss. You are bliss. If you know these two things, if you are well founded in these two things, in the depth of yourself, you are joy.
You mentioned the effect of positive thinking on diseases such as AIDS or cancer or something. What about the practices of visualizing, say for example, light in the body, or visualizing the disease being destroyed? How do you feel about that kind of process?
No, this process will not be of any deep significance. They are like icing the cake. You can ice the cake sometime, but there should be cake, substance to ice. If you don't have a cake, just go Icing will not help. No? All visualization, everything you do with the mind, but that has to go deep inside and cleanse the whole system.
If you're
That's why meditation, Kriya, this just bring it down.
If you're doing meditation and Kriya, are those techniques effective then, or is it the Kriya and
If you are
meditation
doing that,
itself,
then
or-
there is no need, because it is already cleansing. The positive thoughts are coming from the source itself.
Yeah.
But if you don't want to do this, as a play.
As we begin to learn to love and to heal each other, or heal ourselves, does there come a point of responsibility to show that to others, or in the healing process itself, is that manifested to others?
Love is not seeing the other. When you grow in love, the other become a part of you. Then you don't think you are doing a service, you do whatever you do, that's out of love. See, I see you as a part of me, then I don't even think I am doing a service to you. Whatever I do to you, I keep doing to me. It's to my own self I am doing. Even service has a duality. I say I do service, I say I don't have any mission in my life. I don't have a mission I should uplift human beings. No. I know it is all my own part. Whatever I am doing, I am being very selfish. Because myself is not just this, myself is sitting in front of me, that is also my own self. She's a part of me, like my finger. Everyone is like part of myself. You can't but feel, there is no other way that you can feel even. When you are one with the infinity, the divine, and the divine is not located here, it's located all over. So we transcend also service. Go beyond service. Among the 109 different centers, 7 centers are very important. First is base of the spine, the sacrum. That's where the energy starts in your body. If you talk to an osteopath, chiropractic, they'll all say sacrum, very important. The craniosacral fluids, the cranium is your brain, and then the brain fluid flows all along the spine and to the sacrum. So sacrum is the first point. And then the second center is behind the genital. The third center is in the navel region near the solar plexus. If you do meditation, your solar plexus becomes bigger. This is called also the midbrain. Half of the work of the brain in this does what? Solar plexus does. So for yogis, solar plexus is bigger. Others it's smaller. So if you meditate, this is expanding. And this expands, there is stability, there is joy, there is confidence, there is comfort, all those things come. And then fourth is just heart chakra. Here from Mooladhara, from the base of the spine, 12 inches comes navel. This is more important. Of course, sex center is also important, but it's important only in the middle age. From teenage to middle age only. Afterwards, it loses its significance. For the children, sex center is not so important, not also in the aged person. But navel center is important throughout, from the birth to the death. Food. Right? From there 12 inches your heart, from there 12 inches throat, from here 12 inches in between the eyebrows, from here 12 inches. So these are 7 points. Now Shiva says, attention, taking your attention from one to another chakra, you will start feeling the energy shooting from one to another. In this movement of energy, you experience inner space and you experience the bliss of the inner space. When we take our attention to any one point, one chakra, first you don't see anything, you don't feel anything, you just feel the blankness. As you continue in the blankness, you will start feeling sensations, some vibration, sensation. So 3 stages here. First is just blankness. Second is some vibration, sensation. And the third stage is light or energy. Full manifestation. That is little advanced stage. Right now, just take your attention there and do nothing. Just relax. Some thoughts may come, some experiences may come. Whatever comes, you just let them come. Shiva says, you have 109 chakras in you, 108 in the body, 1 above the body. Our subtle body ends at the 12th inch. Our body is like the wick of a candle, and the glow is all around. See, 20 years back or 50, 25 years back, if we had spoken about biometrics, people would say it's a nonsense. Today you know about biometrics, right? Only your thumb can open your iPad, only your touch can open your cell phone, right? That means each one of you have unique energy, unique stream of energy. And our mind is nothing but energy. Our mind is all around us. When the mind shrinks, that is when we feel sad, depressed, unhappy. What is the sensation that is associated with happiness? When you see someone very close to you, what happens to you? Something expands, right? And you are blamed, you are insulted, what happens to you? Something in you shrinks. What is this something in you that shrinks, that expands? That is your consciousness. That is worth knowing. You know why people commit suicide? Because the subtle body, the mind is shrinking. They don't know how to expand it. And you put tablets, all these antidepressant, and body swells, but mind keeps shrinking. Appear to help for some time, but then suppose your jacket is too tight, what do you want to do? You just want to take it off, get out of the jacket, right? This is exactly what happens in depression and suicidal tendency. The mind is shrinking and you just don't want to have this body, you want to get out of the body. The body is too tight. But through pranayama, breathing, Sudarshan Kriya, meditation, what happens? Mind expands. The mind expands when it reaches the 12th inch, you feel normal. If it is bigger than that, you feel happier. And it goes even bigger, you are blissful. So, all this strengthens our bioenergy. Every night when you sleep, what is happening? Your subtle body is expanding, is in touch with your causal body, which is even bigger. So when you come out from there, you feel very energetic because your mind has found its expansion. So if you are highly stressed, your mind does not know how to relax, even how to sleep, to get into the higher self. So ancient days people knew this. That's why this 12th inches is very important. The kings were put a crown there. All the priests, they put this. Why? 12th inches. All gods, goddesses, they have this also. So the 12 inches above our head is called Dwadashanta, the 12th inch, end of the 12th inch. And most of the chakra is at the gap of 12 inches. There is 12 inches from throat to in between eyebrows. From there to top of head, it's again 12 inches. From here to chest is 12 inches. From here to navel is 12 inches. So, if they'll wake up, eh? Of it, the mind dissolves. But we don't know how to listen to music, I tell you. We keep playing, somebody is playing the music, we keep talking. We are not listening to music like in a meditative space. We are not listening to music to create a space within it. We are listening to music to occupy our mind. And music without words would be even better. Words keep your brain engaged, your left brain engaged, activated. But string instrument or flute instrument, in a very meditative, even piano would do for that matter, listen to it for a few minutes and then shut it down. This is also a technique that says you, through the music, and then you create the inner space and just enjoy the space within. It should not be too many instruments, too many things at one time, then it keeps us active, keeps the brain active. It has to be one small thing. Even in different sounds has different impact on different parts of the body. You know why some people like the hard rock? It activates the first chakra, the base chakra. Hard rock, big drums. So if you are dull, it doesn't allow you to be dull. It just pushes you up. Then you come to the navel center, then it is the string instruments, guitar, something much lighter. String instrument have an impact on the navel chakra. And then you go further up in the heart, it's the flute instrument, subtler. You go higher up, you get even more subtler and subtler and subtler instruments. And in the head, bell, little jingle bell, jingle. You know, when a child has to go to bed, you put a rock music, a child cannot sleep. In the temple in India, you will see how these instruments are organized. There used to be 7 gates in the temple. Outermost, they will have these big drums. And then as you go inside there is a gong. And then you go deep inside, it's only bell and a conch. And if you enjoy silence, even small noise looks heavy for us. So, but to enjoy silence, these are all the ways. First, the bass ones just wakes you up, and then big horns and big instruments. Then you go further, string instrument, the flute, and then finally bells. So for someone who is meditating, who is very sensitive, the rock, big sound is very jarring. But people who are restless and depressed, they find it happy, joyful, because it just pushes them out of it. It has a purpose. So more refined you are, you like piano music. Piano is almost like the bell or the conch. And subtle ones. and move from the sound to the inner space of infinity, your meditation happens. Let's sit comfortably, easily,
आराम से बैठ जाएं
and let's start with
Jai Gurudev. If there are any questions, you can ask. अगर कोई सवाल है तो पूछ सकते हो. हमने देखा कि कितना भी कुछ भी हो, अगर हम क्रिया रेगुलरली कर रहे हैं, साधना में है, अच्छे लोगों के साथ संगत में है, सत्संग कर रहे हैं, सेवा कर रहे हैं, हाँ, तो कुछ भी रहेगा नहीं, सब अच्छा हो जाएगा. हाँ, आई बिलोंग टू यू रहेगा तो फियर भी नहीं रहेगा. सेवा करेंगे तो जब सेवा करते हैं, there is this blessing, you know. सेवा का मतलब क्या होता है? When you do something for someone और हमें अंदर से इतना अच्छा लगे, we should not expect कि वो thank you बोलेगा, हाँ, but we will feel so good inside that we will bless ourselves. That is सेवा. That should be it, you know. Yes, Kajal, you wanted to say something? Ask.
हाँ जी, बट वो उस दिन के रिलेटेड था. I wanted just 1 or 2 examples of inactivity in activity.
Okay, आज ये वाला कर लेते हैं. हाँ, see, when I don't answer the question, हाँ, so I am not doing any activity. बराबर? So there is inactivity. But in that inactivity, there is so much activities happening in your mind that why is he not answering? He should have answered today, or maybe I should have asked that day. So in this inactivity, you can see so many activities itself, right? Like Gurudev today in today's talk, he said that I am alive, you are alive, but life is not only in you and only in me. It is there in the space even between us. Everything between us is alive. Everything around us is alive. Nothing is stagnant in this world. Even each and every atom, doesn't matter if that atom belongs to a stone or atom belongs to a flower or a human being, that atom is alive. हाँ? So, हिंदी में बोलो, किसी को हिंदी में चाहिए यहाँ पर? So everything is alive. There is nothing in this world. There is no place where there is no activity. Everything is active. But at the same time, you can be inactive. So there is activity in inactivity and inactivity even in activity. How is there inactivity in activity? When you are doing without the sense of doership. Okay? And you know, there are two kind of mind. Today Gurudev said that if something is wrong with me, then I try to put positive thoughts. But my positive thoughts is pushing the negative more inside, making the negative more stronger. Why it happens? Because opposites are complementary. Okay, let's say anything, you know, like anything positive you say to yourself, but why are you saying something positive to yourself? Because you believe that there is some negative in you. So the more positive you tell yourself, the more stronger belief is that there is something negative.
Right.
I understand. Yes. So it is, that's why Gurudev says, instead of that, go to the root cause of the negativity. Once you go to the root cause of negativity, when you realize the truth of it, and then you say, oh, this is nothing, this is minor thing. Even the biggest disease in the world, the root cause, if you go, it will be very minor. Like when you don't feel belongingness to people around you, then slowly the cancer will happen. So all this, if you go to the root cause, it is very small things. It's never big thing. It's very small thing. So it is very important. You just go to the root cause, and once you go to the root cause, you'll see I am so big, I am so huge, I am the whole consciousness. I am the same consciousness why the leaves are changing the color right now. I am the same consciousness who knows that now the flower should blossom, now the flower should become the mango. I am the same consciousness. When you realize the truth, then you feel the root cause of any disease is so tiny, so easily eradicated. So you get rid of it like nothing. It's like nothing. Whatever fear you have, whatever negative emotion, whatever negative thing you have, if you go to the root cause of it, you will see, oh, this is nothing. I can easily get rid of it. Understand what I'm saying? राय का पहाड़ हम ही बना देते, actually में कुछ होता नहीं. We only blow up the thing. It is in reality nothing. Even if somebody dies, so what? Even if I'm going to die tomorrow, what? I'll die tomorrow, you'll die 1 year later. Everyone is going to die. So even this truth will free you. Like somebody had asked that we keep saying come do happiness program, your prana level will increase, your prana level will increase. And that someone asked that person, what do you mean by prana level? What do you mean by prana? So the answer is that, I should say this in Hindi, कि आपकी जिंदगी कितनी लंबी है वो मैटर नहीं करता, आपके हर एक पल में कितनी जिंदगी है वो मैटर करता है. So how long is your lengthy is your life doesn't matter, but every moment, how much life you have, that matters. To increase the life every moment, we'll do happiness program. Okay, so we are doing Art Excel happiness program for kids happening. So please enroll everyone, you know. Your brother's kids, your anybody's, your neighbor's kids, doesn't matter. We belong to everybody, right? So do that. Go to the root cause and you'll get the answer. किसी और को कोई सवाल होगा? Anybody else has any question? Yes, Satyash.
Yeah, Sri said, if you have to wake up somebody, you just put your hand above your head below that the last chakra. Then you wake up. What is that? What is that related to?
Gurudev said our subtle body is this much size, 12 inches above the head, and if you
covering that also.
This is my subtle body. This is the range of my subtle body, aura or whatever you call it. So even if something happens in the aura, you realize. Like yesterday I was sleeping and my mother entered the room and she said nothing and she left. And suddenly I woke up and I asked, Mother, where are you? I mean, I couldn't see her, but I felt her presence. So, yes. So the aura is 12 inch around the body. If somebody comes and put your hands in between this chakra, you realize something happens, something wakes up, you get conscious about it. Okay? So if your energy is this much, if your consciousness, that prana level, that something that expands when you are happy and contracts when you're sad, if it is this level, then it's okay, neutral. You're not happy, not sad. If it is more than that, then you are happy. And if it is smaller than that, then you are suffocating. You feel like, oh, you know, like if you have the capacity, have you observed if you have the capacity to organize 100 people happiness course, and you just organize for 2-3 people, then you feel a kind of suffocation. You know, I can do so much, but I'm not doing it. I can do so much, but I'm not doing it. That suffocation happens like that. When the consciousness also reduces, that kind of suffocation happens. And then we get suffocated in life. We feel, you know, I want to get out of this. So expand. Do what.
So consciousness and the mind are the same? So consciousness and the mind are the same?
You can say that. You can say that. At some level, you can say that. Because we call it chit. So at some level, you can say that. So it's like we are conscious and then we are subconscious. You know, somebody who drives every day from office to home, they drive And when they come home, you ask, you drive home, and then they're like, yes, I drive home, because they had totally forgotten that they were driving. Why? Because they were in the auto mode. They were driving in an auto mode.
Yeah. Mm.
So their conscious mind, it is very difficult for the conscious mind to keep them active. I ask you something, what is 7 into 7? And you suddenly say 49. This is your sleeping mind answering, not the conscious mind. What the conscious mind would do, yes, 7 6 are is 42, so 7 7 are is 49. Yes, 7 7 are 14. But the answer comes directly, automatically.
Directly, yeah, out of practice or whatever it is.
Whatever it is. But that is, so many times we do give a wrong answer. Why? Because we answer quickly. And we
that
think
way we can do.
That
way we can even do the chanting, praying, everything very routine, like, without bringing the consciousness.
Yes, and that is a problem. When we do, like in Narad Bhakti Sutras, we'll be starting Narad Bhakti Sutras next week. So everybody please come and bring people. See, your problem is that we are coming and no new people is coming. In the group, every day I see people are leaving, but I don't see people are joining. That means nobody is inviting nobody. You get my point? So this is wrong. What will this do? This will reduce the belongingness. And once belongingness reduces, all the fear, tension, everything will come. And with all the fear, tension and everything, every health problem will come. So you are seeing, you think that me messaging 4 people, I am doing a great blessing or great work for them. But in return, you are getting good health. It's preventing so many health diseases. And even that, if there is some joke, you will forward to 1,000 people. And if there is some knowledge session to invite some knowledge, this person will come, this person will not come. I should invite this person, I should not invite this person. Something, a joke you will share on Facebook wall. Inviting on the knowledge, no, what people will think about me. So this is the mental, what juggling happens in the mind. And we lose out of good health. And then we say, oh, I am on this path. I am doing my Kriya every day. Why I am not getting that health that is required? Because that feeling of I belong to you is missing. That act of seva is missing. There is so much of conjuicy in seva. So many. That's why I keep saying, go to the root cause of your misery. Go to the root cause of your health problem. You'll find out it's tiny, tiny things which we are not doing. I could easily watch this healing with consciousness with myself. This used to be one of my favorite talks. In college days, I have heard it 50, 60 times. And now I remember nothing. This was like after so long. But my point is, I could have easily heard it myself. But I'm watching it with y'all.
Thank you so much.
Even if one person in this group gets even little bit benefit, I get the blessings or I don't get the blessings. I get the blessings, right? Even if one person gets something out of the knowledge. So yes, and you don't even have to do that. You just have to forward the message. See, we are taking the Art Excel course for kids. You don't have to take the course. You just have to invite people, get people registered. Even that you will not do. That is also is like Gurudev said, you are dull, so you don't feel like doing anything. Then listen to some music, tabla music, dholak music, and get out of it. Because laziness is the worst of everything. Laziness is the worst. Tamas, lethargy, inertia is the worst. Even Rajsik will do, because even that person is doing something, good or bad. It's moving. Lethargy is the worst. So never let yourself into lethargy. Whatever the reason is, find out the reason, eradicate the reason. Find out the root cause, eradicate the root cause. Like I tell you, I had clients who had cancers. You look at their room is filled. It's like Godam. It's like go down. 99% of useless things. It's just filled. Then how your head will be empty? You need space, right? So the first suggestion I give to them is remove everything from the house which is not required. If you think something is there in the house which you will need after 10 years, and that also maybe, throw it out. 10 years after, later you buy it again. But throw, empty, clean the room again and again. You'll see the mind also will get cleansed.
This healing video is really, really good. And some more of this kind also is useful. Like, of course, Nada Sutra and everything. But these kind of videos also bring so much of alertness about yourself. See, he clearly says, how much ever you do the Kriya and everything, it should be done with the conscious mind. To get rid of the cancer and everything, you should really be in it. Every breath.
Every breath consciously should not be done or automated. And it will happen when you challenge yourself. It will happen when you challenge yourself. Like if this counting speed 1, 2, 3, 4, you are very used to it, then make it longer. Make it 1, 2,
right.
4. Then you will be conscious of the breath. And
Very
make it
true,
longer
very
and
true.
longer. Keep pushing the capacity. It's how much you can do and slightly more. Always remember, only then you will grow. So do that. I was watching Ramayana last episode. So in that, Ram goes in Sarayu Nadi. So he takes Mahasamadhi or something. I don't remember the Sanskrit word. So he goes away. So everybody is crying, oh, Ram is gone, Ram is gone, Ram is gone. And somebody asked something on the chat, so my mind went there. Okay, Ram is gone, everyone is crying, everyone is crying, everyone is crying. So Hanuman was there. And Hanuman has this blessing that he will stay at the end of Kali Yuga, till the end of Kali Yuga, which means Hanuman is breath. He's Pavan Putra. He's the son of wind. So who is son of wind? The breath. And breath will stay till Kali Yuga, till all the bad thing is gone. The breath will stay with you till you are like liberated. So the breath will stay. Okay. So Hanuman comes in front of them. He doesn't stay the size. He expands himself. He becomes big, huge he becomes. Then he tears his chest and he shows that Ram and Sita are here only. They are not gone anywhere. So what is the meaning of it? He can be small and he could have showed that. But no, he becomes big. So a breath has to become big, long, deep, conscious breath. Then when you see within yourself, you'll see Ram and Sita are there. You'll see that light, that radiance, that life, is there only. The Rashmi in Hindi, we call it. It's there only, the Chaitanya, Sat Chit Anand. The Chit, the life is there here, nowhere else. Then once you realize, then what negativity will stay? No negativity can stay. So increase the breath. Whatever you are doing, do it consciously. Don't do it automated. Automated is good because we have to do thousands of things every day. If you do consciously, it will get you really tired. But when you are chanting, but no, actually, when you do everything consciously, you will never forget that. This is the trademark of enlightened. When they are eating, they are only eating very consciously every bite. When they are drinking water, when they are talking to you, they will, if you, once somebody asked Narendra Modi that how do you remember people's name and their child, what the child is studying, everything, even after 7 years of meeting them. This actually happened. So somebody asked, how did you remember, 7 years ago, you just met that fellow for 5-10 minutes and still you remember the name, his child's name, what the child was doing that time, everything. How did you know? Somebody asked Narendra Modi. Narendra Modi ji said that when I was listening to him 5-7 minutes which we spent together, I was only with him. I was not thinking about anything else. I was 100% with him. This happens with efforts. You have to put little effort. You cannot be like everything Guruji should do. I should just That also happens, but it's better if you put some consciousness into it. Then it's like an accelerator to the car. Then you move faster. So yes, consciously you do. That is the trademark. If you are in art of living now you should start putting. Otherwise, no point. So you are on the right path, but you don't want to walk on that. Then no point of being on the right path. You should walk. Then wrong path was better. That at least you were walking. At least you'll reach somewhere. See, Ravana did everything bad. He got liberated. Lakshman did everything good. Even he got liberated. So intensity also matters. You be intense. You put that effort. You be that 100%. Be 100% in whatever you're doing. And that will happen only if you are doing consciously. Okay?
Thank you so much.
Most welcome. There any other question?
The knowledge has to be put into the thing, life. As we had been, it should increase the awareness about our life. Every point,
Yes.
That's a great thing to do. Yeah.
Otherwise, we went to Gurudev's knowledge talk. It was Guruji spoke so beautifully. I felt like this. I felt like that. You came out. What did Guruji said? What did Guruji say? He said something, and then he said something, and then he said something about something, and then he said something. We remember nothing other than this something.
I know.
Then what will we put in our life? Then in one of the videos, Gurudev says, when your right nostril is working, you're more logical and you're taking more of the knowledge. So even it's not totally, so don't start blaming yourself if you are like, you are emotionally listening and you remember nothing, recollect nothing, doesn't matter. Maybe the nose was wrong. Maybe the right nostril was not working.
We can rise by our own self only. Somebody cannot just lift us up. Our intention is important. We can rise by our own self only.
Intention and intensity in your efforts also matters. Yeah. Even if peace, it should be intense peace. You should be like in the most chaotic place, and you should be like Gurudev said today. You should challenge the world. Show me the chaos you can. I will not shake a bit. My peace will not stumble even a little bit. Gurudev spoke, if it's a small pond, you put a small stone, there will be waves. In the vast ocean, you put a mountain and nothing will happen.
Okay.
So you have to, this is your, what you can say, barometer to check how actually peaceful I am. If you are at the top of
Only the situation comes, we know how peaceful we are.
Then go. That's why I keep saying, go do seva. Then you will know kitna pani mein hai. You will realize how much you are in water. Why? Because when you do seva, 3 out of at least one person will say something to you which will trigger something. At that time you smile. That time you show that I am in the art only. When somebody says no, I will not register. That time you give a genuine smile. That time you be genuinely happy. Then that person will say, oh no, this person is doing something which I should do. But if you get, oh, you're not registering, then he'll say, hey, that person is same as me. What new? I also get sad. He also gets sad. And I am better. I'll go to alcohol. What way can he go to? He has nothing. He'll think that way, right? So no, you have to practice the knowledge.
If I may ask, you're conducting so many interesting programs and everything. Say something about you. Are you in the ashram or where are you?
I am at my home only.
Where is the home?
A place where there is no effort. When I sit on this chair now, and when somebody asks me any question, it can be like somebody asks me a question about Patanjali, activity in inactivity and inactivity in activity. Now, I could answer that effortlessly. There was no effort. There was no shram. So that is ashram. When there is no effort.
Okay.
So I am at my house. I am in Valsad right now. So my name is Gautam and I am...
Valsad, what place is that?
Valsad. It's in
Valsad.
Gujarat. I'm in a village named Bhagot.
What you said was right. because you're so relaxed, it looks as though you are in the center of the ashram and talking. That's why I asked this question to you. So, yeah.
So everybody quickly become teachers. So then whenever you get a seat, just sit and start spreading Gurudev's knowledge. And that is Vyaspit. The moment you sit on a Vyaspit, that is an ashram. So why are you waiting? As one of the talks, Gurudev said that you cannot evolve without the body. And that also human body.
Yeah.
So we are so lucky to have this human body. And if we are not using it to fullest potential, then you are just wasting this human life. That doesn't mean that you let go of all material things, all responsibility, and do this 24 hours. No. Spiritual life is also responsibility. I also have to take care of my family financially, emotionally, every way. Plus, this is my extended family. So this is also responsibility.
To know the self itself is a seva. To know oneself.
Yes, to know oneself is a seva. And the moment you know yourself, you will start expressing it. Then that is also seva.
Right.
So yes.
Thank you, Ji. Thank you so much for the session.
Most welcome. Okay, so register people for the Art Excel. I'll put the message in the group and forward the message of Narad Bhakti Sutras. For Art Excel, start calling people, Narad Bhakti, start forwarding, and don't forward in 2 groups and then say, okay, oh, I have done that much seva. Then you will get that much blessing also. And then you don't say that why my life is not growing as that person is growing, that person is growing. Because you're not doing it enough.
Ji, I saw.
Ji, then it will happen.
I saw one ad about DSN happening in Himachal Pradesh, Dharmasala. I would like to have that ad again. I don't know where I saw. Dharmasala. DSN program.
Acha, I don't know. You have to search. Ask local teacher if you remember.
Maybe
you saw it on WhatsApp. So search on the WhatsApp, you'll find.
No. In all these things only it came. But there are so many things now. After attending so many courses, now I don't know where to go back for that.
It will happen.
Hello.
Salil, put your number. I may get that message. गौतम भैया नहीं सत्यश्री जी को मैसेज डालने दो अपना नंबर चैट में अगर मुझे मैसेज मिला तो भेज दूंगा
put your number in the chat. Jairaj will send. Oh, Jairaj is here.
Thank you so much. See, the moment. जी
हाँ भैया DSN का मेरे पास भी है मैं भेजती हूँ गौतम भैया को भेजती हूँ सलील पुलेकर का है
चैट में वो अपना नंबर डाल रहे हैं आप उनको डायरेक्टली भेज सकते हो
हाँ चलेगा
so Jairaj also helps people healing because he sings in singing people become in that rhythm goes in that rhythm and then so much healing happens so Gurudev has given so many ways that's why I say bring people into Art of Living. Why? Because Art of Living is complete. Once you are into Art of Living, everything that you require
comes to you. It comes to you.
Yes.
When you think of it, it comes to you. That's what I feel. Just I started with one course, kept on going. Now you can see the presence of him, all the time.
Yes.
Thank
okay,
you,
so everybody do seva. Bring people for Art Excel. Okay, and Narad Bhakti Sutras. I want to see people joining. Then I'll know that when I'm saying do seva, people are doing actual seva.
Okay.
Okay. So work on both of this, Art Excel and this. Satyashri ji, put your number in the chat box.
I'm putting it.
Okay, my battery is low, so my mobile's battery is low. My battery is totally charged up by looking at it. Thanks to you all, my battery is totally charged up. I'll just check the chat box if any question is there. And don't put it in the chat box.
You are full
Ask
chargeable.
Which corner of your house have you kept your phone? It's right in front of me. Wherever I go, mobile goes with me. But when it's charging, it's there up on in my room, and I am roaming around down.
अरे नहीं भैया, that message went by mistake. I don't know how it went.
But that is also a good question. I don't know.
There used to be some birds chirping while you're talking. It's like a nice ashram life only you're having.
Yes.
Really,
This is a
really
nice
happy.
place.
Yeah, were you ever been in ashram, in Sri's Bangalore ashram for some time?
Yes. There was like when I used to be in college now, twice a year, so 100% I was there in the ashram. Jana hi hai. Summer magic and winter break. Luckily we had that.
You'll also be traveling, no, for the classes and everything.
Now I have heard that they have the Art of Living have kept buses also from airport to the ashram. Previously I used to travel in train. That was also fun, but now we don't have that much time, so we have to go by bus.
Bhaiya, now from the railway station there is a metro.
Okay.
Yeah, bhaiya.
Is the metro till the ashram or it?
Almost, भैया, almost आश्रम तक है. आश्रम का 5 मिनट डिस्टेंस से बस लेना पड़ता है बस.
अच्छा, वॉकिंग है आश्रम से मेट्रो स्टेशन?
5 minutes by bus.
5 minutes by bus. Okay. हाँ.
अभी बहुत convenient हो गया है.
From train Majestic, right? From there we used to take a bus to some other ashram place. नहीं, some place मैं भूल गया. एक अच्छा नाम था. And from there we used to take another bus. And sometimes when we are very lucky, we used to take direct bus also. Banshankari, yes, Banshankari. So every time take a bus till Banshankari and from Banshankari another bus till the gate, ashram gate. It was fun, huh?
अरे भैया, I was an ashramite तभी इतना inconvenient होता था travel करना बस से. अभी मेट्रो आ गया, बहुत convenient हो गया.
अच्छा. Good. I have not gone to ashram for more than 2 years now, but now I'll go. Acha, I am planning to go for Navratri 10-day advanced course. Everybody come, we'll do an advanced course together. Okay, Navratri advanced course we'll do together.
Is it a 10-day course?
There is 10-day course, there is 7-day course, there is 5-day course. So you can do anyone.
Please inform us well ahead.
It will be maybe in September or October, right, Jairaj? It will happen in September or October.
Yeah, Navratri to September, October में होता है.
हाँ. So please come. We'll all go together. Then you can ask me, are you in the ashram? Yes, I am in the ashram. So we'll do that. Okay? Jai Gurudev. We'll meet in Art Excel and after that we'll meet in Navratri. Not Navratri, Narad Bhakti Sutras. Okay? Jai Gurudev. Then we have to start Bhagavad Gita also. Jai Gurudev. Bye guys. It's always good to see you. Jai Gurudev. जय गुरुदेव. मोहिनी जी आप बोल रहे हो ना? जय गुरुदेव.
जय गुरुदेव.
जय गुरुदेव. जय गुरुदेव शुभांगी जी.
कितना बड़ी थी.
बाय गाइजन. See you soon.
जय गुरुदेव भैया. यही टाइम रहेगा ना अगले उसको भी?
अगले किसको? टॉक को? हाँ, दोपहर को 3 बजे और फिर वो रिपीट होगा 8 o'clock को इंग्लिश में और हिंदी में शाम को रात को 8:30 और जो रिपीट होगा नेक्स्ट डे 3 बजे.
अच्छा. थैंक यू.
ओके. जय गुरुदेव.
जय गुरुदेव.
अच्छा, one more thing. This talk is on will be there on YouTube for few hours. I'll put the link. आप ये लिंक भी फॉरवर्ड कर सकते हो. If you know somebody who is going through some illness and you feel कि ये वीडियो टॉक से उनको फायदा होगा, then you can forward this link to them. Okay?
Yeah.
But it will be there for few hours. Maybe tomorrow morning we'll remove. Okay, because it's paid now. And if anybody wants, after that you can download Art of Living app and you can subscribe to it. It's very reasonable and you get everything. Meditation, satsang, all the knowledges, all the talk. You get so much in it that you'll forget any other OTT. It is like way bigger than any other OTT. Okay? Jai Guru.